I'm the Strategy Professor. Today we're doing another game of League of Legends, playing a little Leona support action. This is patch 7.24b, January 2nd. She's really hot right now. She has been nerfed a couple of times. And I'm streaming this as well, so you might hear me talking to some people on stream. This overall matchup is kind of a skill matchup. We have domination early. Oh, thank you so much for the donation. What is this? Oh, thank you so much. I'll pull it up and thank you by name after this game on Streamlabs. I wasn't sure what I wanted to level up. I guess we'll just level this up and just kind of chill for a second. Now we have, we definitely have early game domination. I don't want to go that far into their creep wave though to engage, but I'm going to try to fight here in a second. Now, Thresh versus Leona is definitely a skill matchup. He should win if he's a lot better. If he's like a good Thresh player, he can flay me out of my E. But we'll see. We'll put him to the test here. They're so close to their tower, though. Like, one issue with Leona is if the lane's not in the middle, if it's pushed into them, then it's difficult to engage. But Draven kind of has to push because he has to keep catching axes. Okay, we'll see. We might be able to make a play here. Pretty sure he flashed. Okay, so we got that. So next time we get him, we should probably have him. So he kind of panic flashed. He didn't need to do that. He could have gotten out with his E, but now we don't want to let him back when he wants to get tier. So we want to force him to stay until Draven can get a BF sword. So we just want to keep pushing him in and just not let him back. He's running pretty low on mana here. Someone asked, like, why don't I like Braum? I'm just not a huge fan in this meta of peel tanks. I think you want to be playing Engage or Enchanters. But I feel like Peel's pretty bad. I mean, there are certain matchups where Braum is good. Like, he's good against Twitch. Specifically because he can block a lot of Twitch's stuff. A lot of his ult. Yeah, he just doesn't scale enough for me, and I don't know. There just aren't a lot of matchups where I would like to have him. I think Aftershock's just too strong right now, and he just doesn't use Aftershock very well. That means our jungler's probably here if he's trying to fight. Yeah. As soon as I saw him take tower aggro, I'm just flash queuing him because I know he's going to die. I knew we could probably turn that on him. Diana's not going to do anything pre-6. I was a little late on queuing the Diana. I think I like misclicked or something. But yeah, I knew Thresh would get greedy and go for that kill, and all I had to do is just flash stun him. And he wasted his flash. Like, if anyone's ever taking tower aggro and you have anything with crowd control on it, just crowd control them. And they're just going to die early on. Okay, so we want to push in. I don't know if Draven probably has enough for a BF sword. He didn't get the kill, which is unfortunate, but obviously we just want to get whatever we can get. I think he probably has enough. Yeah, he's got enough. We're crushing him in CS, too. We're up like 20. We're like kind of giving Ezreal an easy back. But we just really want to leverage that power. Like, the BF sword versus Ezreal tier is one of the biggest power spikes we're going to get, because tier doesn't give you any combat effectiveness. It's a very slow charging item. And so, if we can back before he can get a Sheen, then we're going to have a huge power advantage over him. And I'm pretty sure that's what we've got right now. He's down a lot of CS. He's out of mana. He didn't push the wave very well. So it's like slow pushing into them. Which is okay. It's better than slow pushing into us, or we could zone them. But, you know, I suspect he's going to come back with probably like Boots Tier or something like that. He might have like Boots Longsword. Or not Boots, Tier Longsword. Unless he just skips Tier and goes like Sheen or something. Now, he does have Klepto, though, so he does get more gold on average. But we'll see what he has when he comes back. We want to keep track of that. Yeah, Tier Longsword. So he wasn't able to get his full Sheen. So we can definitely murder him right now. I mean, you can kill him with Sheen too, but it's just a little more dicey. Hopefully Draven doesn't get like hooked here. I don't think he should. Okay, good. Poking him out. Okay, we got him. Now, usually I would say that, like, using both summoners for a kill is not worth, but on Draven it is, because that's basically a double kill. I probably could have eat him and maybe chain stun him a little better. I think he was probably going to get out anyways, but... yeah, he's got it back. I'm going to go ahead. I mean, we have a cannon wave. I think we can just go ahead and get this tower. Because I can kill him by myself with just an ignite. I should have ignited him too if it was off cooldown. I don't remember if it was or not, but... I was trying to give Draven another kill. But, because he E'd forward, so I know he didn't have his E. But he flashed. I didn't think he had his flash back. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, let's just go ahead and buy. Let's see. As a support main, what can I do if more than 2 people are doing terrible underperforming? You gotta understand that... well, first of all, I'll give you an answer, but some context. I'm gonna go ahead and get... I'm gonna go ahead and get Mobies. Let me just go ahead and get a refillable here. Not every game's winnable. So even the top players in Challenger, if you look at them, most of them have like somewhere between a 53 to 57% win rate. Very few of them have a 60%. If they have 60, they're not going to have much higher than that. So that means that like even the number one, I just did a video about this, so I looked it up recently, that I'm going to release tomorrow. That means that they're going to lose, you know, 40 games out of 100 at best. And probably even more than that. So not every game's winnable. I mean, if you have 2 people on your team that are going like 0-10, you're just probably going to lose. I mean, there's not a lot you can do about that. However, the more sort of... so just understand that. And there, conversely, you know, so there's going to be maybe 30% of games you can't really lose. There's going to be 30% that you can't win. There's going to be 30% that you can't lose. Like, there's just going to be some games where you go, you know, 0-8 and you still win because everyone on your team is rocking. So, that's just going to happen sometimes. Some games you can't win, some games you can't lose. No matter how bad your team throws, you just end up winning anyways. But what you can do is just figure out who's strong on your team and play around them. Okay, so sometimes you have to switch gears. If your 80 carries like, you know, 0-5, you know, you might have to just play around your mid laner instead. Or if your mid laner's 0-6, you might have to play around your jungler. So you just need to figure out, like, who's really far ahead, who's most instrumental to winning, and then play around them. So what that means is, you know, maybe donate your pink ward to bot lane. Or to mid lane, rather. Instead of using it in your own bush... instead of using it in your own bush or somewhere on the bot side of the river, just say, hey, I think I might use this on the top side. So instead of like putting your pink ward, you know, in this bush, just step it up and put it up here and just ward around mid. Just make sure your mid laner doesn't get ganked if they're really rolling. Like try to gank middle, try to, you know, rotate up middle. See if you can make some plays on them. So just whoever's doing really well, just give them vision, try to roam and like get kills for them. Just do everything you can to make their life better. Okay, it's fine. Oh, stupid. There's a pink ward right there. I didn't need to do that. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can come over here and... Okay. Okay. So yeah, I mean, that's the best you can do is just figure out, like, how does your team win the game? Who's winning, really, like, who's doing very well? And then just play around that. Yeah, no problem. So maybe it's a split pusher, you know? Maybe your Tryndamere doing very well, and you say, you know what? We're never going to win a team fight. We're too far behind. So I'm just going to give this Tryndamere a ton of vision and just try to create pressure in side lanes. I'm going to get a banner or something and just put a banner in a side lane. And just see what I can do. He's dead. I can't. Like, it looks like I'm kind of abandoning him, but I can't do anything. Like, if I go in, I'm just going to die, because Leona doesn't have peel. She's just strictly all engage. So, yeah. So, I mean, you just do what you can. If you're just consistently playing well, you're always playing better than the other support, you're getting more vision, you're just making smarter choices, then eventually you'll climb. It might take a while, you know, but it'll happen. Anyways, so yeah, Draven is our ticket right now. He's massively far ahead. So we just want to keep pressing. He got a tier 2 while we were all playing around over here. He's got a rockin' build. Now sometimes, you know, just to kind of put a finishing touch on what I was just saying, sometimes it's not necessarily the person with the most kills that you should be focusing. Oftentimes it is. Like if Malachi has the most kills, and you have a Twitch on your team that's like 0-4, you should still probably try to play around the Twitch, because he's going to be your major damage ticket. So it just... There's not a super simple answer, but it's just identify your strength, play to your strengths. Another thing is avoid enemy strength. So if they have a 5-0, you know, Fiora, try to figure out some way that you can force a fight where she's not going to be there. So wait until she's in a side lane or, you know, something like that before you fight. Try not to fight. Now, sometimes you can't avoid that. They just group up and you have to fight with their strong person, but sometimes you can try to avoid them. I thought about ulting him, but it's not worth. He's too close to the tower. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do anything here. I'm gonna dragon up in 50. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah. No, they're gonna. Gonna run me off this tower. We did get a top tower for it, which is okay. Is he seriously? Dude. Oh, you should put all your points in E as second. Also, I was just talking and just went on autopilot there. You used to get your Q second, but that's a mistake. You should get your E because your Q has the same cooldown no matter what level it is, which level it is. So. Well, I mean, Allie is really good. Look. Is someone saying... I mean, Allie is really good. Like, there's no way around that. I mean, if you win with him, that's great. Oh, crap, I didn't see her. Dang it, I was looking at the text, and I didn't see that Diana was there. I thought it was just, Thresh and Ezreal. Like, I literally have Alistar as the top of Tier 1. If you want to make... Tier 1 5 champions, then sure, he's the top. You know, he's Tier 1. And some tier lists will do that. They'll say, oh, here's Tier 1, and they'll list like 10 champions. But I try to keep it to 3 or 4 most of the time. Yeah, I have a lot of guides for specific champions. It looks like some people are asking about... Oh, well, they surrendered. Against specific champions, or as specific champions on the channel. Like I just did a Leona guide, just did a Soraka guide. I'm going to have a Thresh guide here soon. Did an updated Rakan guide. There's a lot of stuff, and there's replays of different champions. There's coaching sessions of different champions. There's streams where I play different champions. There's a lot of stuff on the channel. But that's going to be it for this... Leona game, so thank you very much for tuning in. I was a little sloppy with that last one. I was reading the chat, so I should not have walked up that far and died. But otherwise, I think it was a pretty solid game for the most part. So anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you very much. The stream's going to continue, but that's it for the VOD, and have a good evening.